you're given a sheet of paper, and it's all you've been given. And you can make anything you want with this sheet of paper. And you can fold it into any shape and call it origami. The paper becomes a crane. The paper unbecomes a crane, becomes a frog. Unbecomes a frog, becomes a boat. Unbecomes a boat, becomes an airplane. Unbecomes an airplane, becomes a Buddha. Unbecomes a Buddha, becomes a wrinkled up, used sheet of paper. Stinking, stupid, ugly sheet of paper. I got bored with the Buddha, I got bored with the airplane, got bored with the boat, got bored with the frog, got bored with the crane, the bird. Got bored with the sheet of paper. No. Each of those forms, so valuable, so beautiful, meaningful. But what of the form of this sheet of paper? How valuable, how greater than the sum of all of its potential parts that it can be folded into. I mean, if you just handle it properly and take care to make the proper folds, it can become anything. It could, it could even send a message from you inside of it to somebody else. It's magic, right? It's time travel. Yeah. But I wonder, did the wood that supported the tree, that is the tree, did the growing alive bones shooting out of the earth, giving life and belief to open up and receive this light into it? Did it ever think that it would become a bird or a frog or a boat or an airplane or a Buddha? Did it want to? Did it want to become a sheet of paper? Okay, so let's say it did. Infinity and beyond. Metamorphosis, everything, all particles and light and matter take shape, reform, dance. Okay, let's say it wanted to. Still, it would need to go through the process of deconstruction. And let's say it didn't ever want to become this sheet of paper. And look at what we do with ourselves. Hi, my name is I am something number years old. I am female. I am somebody. I speak this language. I come from this nation with these men, from these places, from these men, from these events, and I am here. Hello, I am all of these folds that have turned me into a shape that when I am beheld by the world that folded me, I need to tell it the right name that it's expecting, the right age, the right date, the right this, that, and I fit in on the world's mental piece, and I belong. Don't I want to belong? To belong is to fit into, to be held, and to be cherished, and to continue to existence. I want to exist. I exist already. And then did the spirit in me, did the light in me want to be Sarah, a number, an age, a nation, a something, a this and a that, to fit into a world that I am just even trying to be, safe enough to get into and smell and look around and taste it and intuit in my true essence. What's going on here? Without all of these perceptions and layers and folds and crinkles, can I actually distinguish what all this feels like? What it is inside my heart that I want to unfold into the world? What do I make? What am I making of myself with what I've been given? What do I want to undo? What do I want to undo? Imagine the tree being undone. Imagine these buildings uncrumpling. Imagine all the dreams that have taken shape over all of the eons, and what was once necessary for civilizations here are now no longer stable or relevant to civilizations growing today. Coming in, coming on, coming on, coming on. The truth exists between all of the folds. The truth exists in the air around that sheet of paper. The truth is that sheet of paper. The truth is in the hands of the thing folding this paper over and over into many forms. The truth is inherent and intrinsic. How do this question, how reform it to who? How am I who I am? And this is the balance that comes from experiencing life or death? Which way do you stand? What does it look like from your perspective? Destruction, chaos, into order and form? Or does it look like order and form into destruction and chaos? Many people already know. Any artist knows, any creator knows, any engineer knows, any scientist sees, and any priest or prophet understands. When you look, depending on what you see, then you can know yourself. If you don't understand what you see, you can look to yourself for understanding. Start right here in your center. Keep it simple, a sheet of paper. Keep holding it. Watch what happens when you do something or nothing. You're always doing something. You're never not doing nothing. That is the Tao. Yeah. Be centered in the Tao, and all is done. Be centered in the Tao, and you can go wherever you wish without danger. But I promise you, if you are aware of the pain, of the resistance to avoid the fires and the flames, of the hell and the anguish, if you are, steady it goes. Mind yourself. Do you understand what this fire is? If it's outside of you, then good God. It's time to go inward to reclaim your peace, to discover peace, to allow those flames to transform what it is that is not working, that is not any longer growing or flourishing, must be transformed. I wish you the very best. I wish and I know in full faith that what you want deep inside of you, when you learn, and as you're learning to hold yourself in all of your equilibrium, in your earth and your air, in your fire and your water, your spirit, when you are able to hold and harness and test like an alchemist, like a scientist, like a mystic, when you're able to work with your elements, your entire nature, you will have the self-confidence. You have confided in yourself. You will have the willpower and the trust and the faith in your integrity. And it should be, and it ought to be something quite beautiful and small.
That's all that need be for you to discover and follow your thread, your beam of light that is always shining in and through you, from you. Whether you are conscious or unconscious, it is shining. You shine. You scare yourself, sure. Most all of us are truly only just scared of ourselves, of beholding ourselves, reuniting with ourselves. There is a frenetic safety and cradle to all of the memes in this world, the duplications, all of the predesigned destinations, predestinations that have been provided, for you to see all the colors and the paints that you can choose from. You can make your own. You can do what you want. You can do what you want. You can change your mind. You can reopen and calibrate your heart. You can you can grow out of a crumpled up ball of paper. You can scrunch it and crush it and light it on fire, knowing that those ashes will come down and the essence of your wish will cast them back into the earth from which you are growing, with the light streaming us and you upwards, knowing that those ashes will rise again and again and again. When you are headed towards the process of transformation, when you know you're already on the side of order and form, facing chaos and destruction, I encourage you to cherish and behold the self that you exist as, all of the identities that you've taken hold of to bring you to this place, where you will take that piece of paper, where you will take the potential of that from the spirit of that tree. You'll take yourself and you will allow yourself to be temporarily meaningless, knowing that that meaninglessness is the ultimate surrender to what you have always been and will always be. What you have always been and what you will always be. A divine orchestration of some of the most complex processes that exist in earth form. To be mineral, plant, animal, human, and spirit. To be starlight and black hole. To be soul, solar. You can sit the rest of your life and it will come. You will come. You can rush headlong, and it will come. You will come. You can curl up tight and avoid it. It'll come. Knowing what's coming for you. What do you leave behind? Everything. So while you're here, while you have it, fold over if you're in pain. I promise. Fold over and feel with full faith. When you're ready, confess your deepest fears. Bring words to them, knowing that they will help to unfold the places that have become hardened. If you seek liberation, go into the flame with dignity and honor and self-respect for all parts of you, with absolutely no judgment, but including bringing your judgment right into the fire. I know in my journey, it comes so fast and hard for me. That I've had to kind of decide to get strong and learn to ride it every single time it comes. And also sometimes to call it up and make sure I'm giving it my attention. Creator power. Forces of creation and destruction. In order to mediate my selfhood. How do you measure your life? You measure by times, right? Time, and you measure it by your ages and stages, right? That's time. Do you measure it by your achievements, your accomplishments? Do you measure it by your relationships? Oh, this is so much time, yeah? There's so many artists and poets and songwriters and lovers who will say, measure it in your love, right? Love. How do you measure your life in love?
Well, I'll tell you the truth. There's no measuring love, no. The only thing I could do is tell the truth. Tell the truth. I
say to children, be grateful? Do we show them that we are grateful? Yeah. So I can't really preach much, I don't have much to say about what anyone should or shouldn't do, but I do like to share my truth or just what I choose to do. And with that said, I offer you that the only thing that I know is that my own self-consciousness has a deep feeling inside of me, similar to my stomach. It knows when I'm hungry or when I'm full. It knows when I'm lying or telling the truth. And so, as simple as that is, what I can say is that awareness knows how much loveliness or lovingness I am being and experiencing, especially when I'm facing my own death. And so, I celebrate the importance of ceremony in my life, privately, most importantly, privately. Sacred sacraments, honesty, practicing radical honesty with myself, and years and years do go by, and years can come and go. So good. Yeah. In the beginning, it's very, very slow, and it feels like every unfolding is just an absolute irrational, crazy losing of the mind. Just absolutely. Soul scraping. This is my experience, dying over and over. It feels like a lie. And I know that's also because in my deepest of roots, in my womb, I am a destroyer of myself. Because I am a woman and I will create life, can bring life through me. So are men. Men are destroyers. They destroy what's already here by bringing new stuff in, right? We destroy what exists. We destroy what we see. We destroy what we know to create, innovate, to breathe. Okay? So this concept, this perception of destruction is one side of the coin, and creation and construction is the other side of the coin. Creation. That's what's so wrong with creation, right? I'm so terrified of it. It is inherently powerful. It is as powerful as we are. And so I do comprehend and I do fascinate myself with the truth in my awareness that with every good intention that I have, I'm destroying something that already is. I'm destroying something. And for instance, with every good intention that I participate, other things are potentially coming my way to allow me to have that energy dance, to send out a good intention potentially brings this negative in, blah, blah, blah. So I empty in order to fill, right? So here we are again with the yin and the yang, with the life and the death, with duality. So if you feel incredibly full and terrified of becoming empty, then do lean into your fullness. Don't want for more. It's coming. Have a ceremony. Celebrate your achievement. There's nowhere else to go, no further to go, right? Because the minute you start going, you will be deconstructing what is. You will lose the form of what you see in order to gain the perspective you wish to achieve. And it'll keep on shaping you. You will keep being you. You blow your own mind every time. So yeah, applaud yourself, the good repetitious jobs you do to keep your forms as they are in your life. Reward yourself with awareness of your love. No need to keep taking in when you've taken in, right? But part of it is giving yourself the higher energetic gifts, taking in vision and acknowledgements. Paying thanks from your art chakra, for all the people, places, and things and events that have given rise to where you are today, to all your ancient history, to all of the people and places and things coming from where you are at right now. Who knows which domino you are, but each one is so important and interconnected. Yes, I do declare. Pink Floyd had it when they said, "You're just another brick in the wall. I'm just another brick in the wall." Yeah. Once upon a time, we were just bricks in the wall. But I am here to assure you that we are done building the wall. Now that we're done building walls, the new job, if humans want jobs, the new job is to build ladders down either side. Can you feel me now? So if we have been bricks to create the wall, now we are to build ourselves into bridges that lean against the wall. and the other end being connected to something else.
It's not going to connect to itself. The wall doesn't need to build a bridge to itself. It is itself, yes it is. So I encourage you to believe your truth is where you will sweep that in. You might catch a little something on the wind, potentially from where you stand in your brick wall form. You can bridge that in. Oh, from your core and your center, you can maintain your strength. And in your role in the wall, notice what comes in the form of the bridge. It's your creations. What do you create in your life? Do you give birth to a child? Or do you make the very things that'll support the wall to stand on its own for some time? Keeps it clean and sturdy, allows the soul to resonate. Do you sing? Do you dream? Do you entertain? Do you reach out and support? Do you share your resources? Do you know how to organize new information and put it in to the ways that bridge the gaps that get created, because we are also destroying many of the old forms of scaffolding down there at the bottom of the brick wall. Yes, we are also destroying the scaffolding. It is not needed after all. You know the time has come. It's already well and here. But let me assure you, those old systems are the ones that allowed us to get here. They're not to be shut down or demeaned. They're to be esteemed. And they are to be honored in the way that they deserve. It'll take time. I believe that in all the things we ought to be aware of all of the lives that it took to realize the amount of awakening available here. Available here, yes, I swear to you now. You have more than you need. You have more than you need. So sit and relax and breathe. This is your ceremony for yourself. This is a ceremony of self. The big self that gives birth to the little self that gives birth to the big self that gives birth to the little self that kills the big self that kills the little self that kills the big self that kills the little self. Growing perspective